Welcome to this WiseOut video tutorial. In this session we're going to teach you how to create conditional formats in Microsoft Project Gantt charts. Now normally when you format a Gantt chart you're forced to do all of the formatting options manually, but in the system we've got set up here you've got the ability to change a task importance, which is based on a custom field, and when you do that you can see that the Gantt chart formats itself automatically. Now to set up a system like this involves three main steps. Step 1 is to create the custom field that allows you to select the task importance. Step 2, which you can't see here, is to create some calculated fields which work out whether a task should be formatted or not. And then finally step 3 is to create the individual formats themselves. So let's get started. So here we are back in our favourite Christmas 2011 production schedule project. And the job for this example is to create a way for Santa and his production elves to see how important each task is with a simple colour coding system. Step 1 of that system is to create a custom field that allows Santa or one of his elves to pick how important the task is. So that involves creating a simple custom field. Now we've already got a fairly comprehensive video tutorial on creating custom fields. So here we're just going to go through the basics. To start with, we need to head to the Project tab on the ribbon at the top of the screen and head to the Custom Fields option. Once we've done that, we need to select what kind of field we want to create. It's going to be a task field because we're going to insert it into the task table. And then what kind of data will be in the field. It's going to be text. I'm going to choose a field to customize. I might as well start with text 1, and it makes sense to rename it as well so that it has a sensible title when we insert it into the table. I'm going to call mine task importance. If I could spell task importance, there we go, and then choose OK. Now I could just leave it at that, insert the field into the table and let users type in whatever they like, but I'd like to restrict what entries my users can enter into this field. So I'm going to use the lookup button here to make sure they're restricted to a drop-down list. In the new dialog box I can type in the list of items I'd like a user to select from, so there's normal, high and critical, and then choose close, and then finally choose OK. The last step for this little part of the sequence is to insert the field into a table, so I can do that by right-clicking at the top of an existing column and choose to insert a column. I need to look for my field in the list. It'll be listed under two places actually, task importance and also under text 1. There we can see it in two places, task importance text 1 or text 1 task importance. Genuinely doesn't matter which of the two you click on. So there it is, there's my task importance field. And for every single task now in Santa's production schedule, I can select how important it actually is. So far so good. Okay, so now we've got a way to select how important each task is. The next step is to create a calculated field, which works out whether or not each task importance level has been selected. To do that, we're going to create three calculated fields. So head to the Project tab on the ribbon again, choose Custom Fields, and then change the data type to the one called flag. Now flag is another word for Boolean or true-false, and it simply checks whether something is true or not. I'm going to start by customizing the flag 1 field, and I'm going to use this to check whether or not I've selected the normal importance for a task. So select the rename button, I'm going to call it imp normal, and then choose OK. To perform the calculation I then need to hit the formula button here. And in the dialog box that appears, I need to write a logical test. A logical test is like a statement that can be either true or false. So the conditional test I'm going to perform here is to test whether or not I've got the word normal in my task importance field. Now I can get a bit of help here by using the field button. If I click on the drop down arrow, there's a category in here called text, and inside the text category there's also a section called custom text, and in there I can find my task importance. So I'm checking if this field is equal to the word normal. Now any literal text has to be enclosed in double quotes in project formulae, and it's also important to note that it's case sensitive as well. So because I'm selecting from the words normal with a capital N, I need to make sure I've got a capital N in the text that I write here. Okay, so I can choose OK. I'll get a little warning that will tell me that any existing data is going to be replaced with my new calculated values. That's absolutely fine. I can choose OK. Now I'm going to carry on at this point and create another custom field. I'm going to create one for importance high and choose OK. And I'm going to use another formula to check whether my task importance field equals high. Again, the text is enclosed in double quotes. I've got a capital H in there to make it case sensitive. Choose OK again. Confirm the warning message. Then the last one, importance critical. And choose OK, and then hit the formula button again. And I want to check one final time whether my task importance field is equal to critical. And choose OK. So those are my three calculated fields. If I choose OK, this next step is completely optional. You don't need to see these three calculated fields in a table to get the system to work. But I think it's nice just to check that our system is working properly. If I insert one of our new columns, which are all called importance, aren't they? So importance, let's go for importance normal, flag 1. Should already see that in this field it's calculating correctly when I have the normal task type selected. The no changes to yes. But if I have any of the other task types, task importance type selected, the setting is no. So the final step is then to work out how to use this flag value to create a custom format for the Gantt chart bars. So to start creating your own custom formats, you need to head to the Format tab on the ribbon and look for the option called Format in there. There are two options in the drop-down list when you click on it. Bar lets you format any individual taskbar on the Gantt chart, but we're going to go with the one called Bar Styles because we're going to create a completely new bar style that will be applied to the entire Gantt chart. So when you click on that option, you get a fairly busy dialog box popping up. The top half contains a table, and in that table you'll see a list of all the existing bar styles, ones that could be displayed on the Gantt chart under certain conditions. A lot of them you'll recognise, I suspect. The bottom half of the dialog box lets you specify how each of those types of tasks or taskbars is displayed. We want to ignore all of those. We want to create our own completely brand new blank Gantt chart bars. So I'm going to scroll all the way down to the bottom of the table to the blank section, and then we're going to make up our own brand new bar style. Let's start by creating the bar style for normal importance tasks. Let's call it normal importance. I can't spell, there we go, normal importance. The next job then is to set up how you like that bar to appear. So I want to create, I think I'll keep the shape, I'll keep the shape the same. The pattern I'm going to change. I don't really like that dotted effect. I like the kind of solid gradient fill. So I'm going to go with the pattern there. And then I need to choose a different colour as well. Let's see, normal tasks, let's go for green for normal tasks. So, normal importance tasks, when I've got it set up and working properly, will appear with this green taskbar type. The important thing that we need to do, the one that links our calculated fields to the Gantt chart bars themselves, is this option here, show for what type of tasks. You can see that in the drop down list there's a lot of existing built-in fields you can choose from here. If I scroll down my list, I'll get to the section which allows me to specify one of my flag fields. Really annoyingly, you don't get to see your custom names for your fields. You have to remember that flag 1 was the one we used to indicate whether a task had the normal importance set. So if I select flag 1, the last few options just specify the start dates and end dates that the task is displayed for. So I want those set for the same start and finish dates as any normal task. What I'm going to do now is choose OK just to check that this bit's working. And I should see already that any tasks that have the normal importance set will be formatted in green. I want to check that they revert to their original colours if I change it from anything other than normal. And that's true. Excellent. So all I need to do now is create two more conditional formats that pick up on the flag 2 and flag 3 fields. So back to the Format tab, back to the Format button, and back to the Bar Styles option. Scroll to the end of the existing list of bar styles, and let's create one for high importance, which will have the same shape. We'll use the gradient pattern again, and then we need to pick up on, let's have some sort of amber. Let's create a basic traffic light style system. So there we go. This time the yellow amber style bars I wanted to be displayed if I've chosen flag 2. So if flag 2 is true, and flag 2 will be true whenever we've selected high for the task type, show the yellow bars. Then for the last one, critical importance. Oh dear, there we go. Critical importance will have the same shape, gradient pattern, and this time we'll choose red. And the important thing to do is make sure that that's linked to the flag 3 field. So there we go, we've got our basic traffic light system set up. If we choose OK, head back to the Gantt chart, we should now see that any tasks for which we select high, normal or critical is all formatted in the appropriate way. And that's how to create conditionally formatted Gantt charts in Microsoft Project. If you've enjoyed this training video, you can find many more online training resources at www.wiseowl.co.uk.